So one thing I can guarantee you is that if additional 25% is slapped on China, China is definitely going to retaliate with another 25% tariff. There's no doubt about it, in my view, because this is a historic precedent about this. We have done this in the past, right? During when the trade war was first started by the United States. That's the The American market is no longer that important to China anymore. China's customs has just released the data. On average, $100 billion trade surplus a month, right? And we did this in 2025, even though the exports to the United States have been declining by about 30% last year. So, I think China is not so much being held by Washington from a trade perspective. Definitely we can respond and retaliate if President Trump does something like this. So the scenario that China might be willing to reduce some purchases, it's a way to respond to President Trump's pressure, or President Trump's sort of request, I would say. There might be negotiation going under right now behind the scene, but we don't know that. But I think overall, the Sino-US relationship has been on an upward trend since the meeting between the two leaders in Busan a few months ago in Republic of Korea. And President Trump is reportedly going to come to visit China in April, which is only 2 or 3 months away. So I think against that backdrop, probably both governments don't want to spoil the relatively friendly relationship at this point. No. Oil is a commodity. You can buy oil from any country that has oil to export, right? And the total volume of purchase of Iranian oil in the grand scheme of things, the total imports of oil into China, it's not that big. That reduced purchase can be easily made up by placing more orders with Saudi Arabia, with Russia, for example, and with other oil exporting countries, with Iraq, for example. Iraq is rapidly rising as an oil exporting country is recovering. So I don't think that's much of a big deal. But I can.